Hey guys, day 20. I'm experiencing some problems in the family right now and the family friends with meth, and it's gotten out of control. And a lot of my friends, I can't say no names, but a lot of my friends, they've got family members that it's took control of, and it's destroying them. It's getting to where they look like death walking. Beautiful young lady in the last 3 years has probably lost half of her body weight, all of her teeth, all of her kids, her marriage, and her home. And it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. The shake and bake method of making meth, you can get on the internet and research the chemicals that are put into this, and just a couple together by itself makes a concoction that is bad enough, potent enough to blow you and whoever's around you off the face of the earth. It's unstable. It produces deadly gas. It's corrosive, and that means it'll burn you. Flammable. Um, this ought to be an easy decision on no part. But, suffering from addiction, I do understand that it's not that easy. As a matter of fact, meth is one of the most addictive chemicals that I've ever ran across. Making the meth, I've, as many times as I've been locked up, I've met a lot of meth cooks. And these guys, they're good guys. Every one of them's good guys. Just got stuck in a routine of addiction. They're making the drug to sell, making a drug to use. There's two things that can happen to you making meth. You're either going to make the meth successfully and slowly kill yourself from the usage of it, or you can either explode or catch on fire and injure or kill yourself. Either way, it's a lose-lose situation. It's a no-brainer, people, if you really think about it. If you're using, you know that uh, you know where I'm coming from. Uh, Meth, when you're using meth, it causes, it's like a burst of energy, a euphoria, uh, like a manic-like explosive energy. You won't sleep, you won't eat, lose weight, lose your hair, irritable. You'll hallucinate. From my experience, people get sores on their face from getting in the mirrors and picking their face, on your arms and hands. It's because you think you've got worms or bugs crawling in and out of your skin. You can feel it, you can see it, it's real to you. You'll sit and you'll dig holes in your skin trying to get those bugs out, and you'll have so many big sores. You'll get in the mirror and you'll pick your face, just you'll destroy yourself. You'll have big sores all over your face. It looks like chemical burns. Coming off of this medication, I've seen it for myself, time after time. You can seize out and convulse, foam out the mouth. You'll draw up. Your muscles will just seize up on you, and you cannot make them work for nothing. You won't eat, you won't sleep, or you'll sleep for days. It's, like I've always said, it's a little bit different for every case. But everybody experiences some of these, withdrawal symptoms. I know I've seen it too much. I was with a friend of mine on a strip job, and he was a shake and bake cook, and he'd like to inject it into his vein. Well, first off, it's poison. It's several different kinds of poison. When you inject it into your vein, it's going to cause a chemical reaction, an instant release of dopamines into your head. And if you get overloaded, you're gonna black out, face first in the mud, dirt, water, whatever. You're gonna struggle for respiration. You're not gonna be able to breathe too good. And he would do that. He'd foam out the mouth and everything. He would do that. When he come to, he'd get back up, dust himself off, and fix him another shot. He'd done this repeatedly. I got to where I thought he was gonna kill himself. It scared me to death. I never would, fool with it, shooting at stuff. So, and he had, a large quantity of stuff, and 5 or 6 miles from anywhere, hit probably 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. We was up our partying. I got worried he was going to die, so I tried to get him to, let me take you home. And he was in a state of mind that he was staying there till the dope was gone or he was dead. I ended up leaving him on that mountain that night. And his mother called me the next day, up in the day, asked me where he was, and I told him, he would come home with me. I had no other choice but to leave him. And they went up there the next day. Luckily, he wasn't dead, but it was cold, and they found him running around with no shoes and no shirt on, and they never did find his clothes. And if I make you mad, buddy, I'm sorry. I'm not going to tell who you are, but it's a true story. This shake and bake meth, it's not only, dangerous to you to make it and to use it, but anybody around you. It produces a deadly gas that you can smell almost for miles. It's just a very pungent odor, and you can smell it. If you cook it, you can smell it around your house. If your kids, even if your animals, people that come around, if they smell this gas, if you can smell it, the chemicals, the gas is getting in you. It's not in a quantity where it will kill you, but it is poison. Like I said, you're not only hurting yourself, you're hurting everyone around you. So you need to try and wisen up to this anyways. Just this meth is it's an epidemic around here. It's cheap to produce, cheap to buy, lasts for days, and it's killing you. I would love to make a stand against this. The government is. But But until you've experienced this, until you've been through it, all you know is the words wrote down or what someone's told you. You've never experienced the physical part of it, the mental part of it. And when you do that, you get a better understanding of why people use it and what it does to you. And again, it's on the internet. The buzz from this goes back to the last couple of videos. It's acute psychosis. And if you do enough of it, it falls under the category of chronic psychosis. People you see, individuals that suffer from mental disease, that talk to themselves, that make no sense, that you cannot communicate with, that they're lost in their own head. That's chronic psychosis. That's what they're suffering from. It's a different form brought on by different reasons. But if you get trapped in your head, in your thoughts, in your mind, and are unable to return, you never get back to reality. You can't distinguish anything apart. No emotion, no feelings, nothing. You know that has to be one of the worst places to be. Me, I would rather be 6 foot under than to have to suffer through chronic psychosis for the rest of my life. But I hope this kind of sheds a light on some things on the shake and bake method. It's not a drug, it's a poison. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.